Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, the T on MPD and relationships. Of course, y'all know how we do it, family. Before we get started, I want to say hello to everybody. Hello everybody, to all of our new subscribers and new followers. Welcome y'all, and to my tribe and family at large, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back again and watching another video. Of course, you know, last Thursday we canceled our Thursday night live stream due to travel. I do anticipate going live on this coming Thursday. Stay tuned. Of course, each time we drop a video on the channel, the goal of the day is 1.2K plus, okay? If you rocks with your girl, hit that like button one time, y'all. All right, I want to jump into the topic of this video. Of course, y'all can see the scenery is different. I am shooting this video from Atlanta, Georgia. I am on travels right now. So listen, y'all, I want to jump into this video. I want to talk about the discard, okay? Why the first discard should be one and done. There's several reasons why. Of course, you're dealing with an abusive individual. You know, when we're talking about a narcissist, we're talking about someone that is not just, this is just not your normal type of abuse. We're talking about an attack on your entire existence, okay? That's what we're talking about. So, when we're talking about the discard, some people were, you know, some of you all were abruptly discarded. Some of you were lightweight ghosted before you were actually discarded. And some of you actually found out in what you thought was a ghosting turned out to be an actual discard. Okay? Let me explain a couple of things to you about the narcissist. Okay? You have to understand, family, that these people are incapable. When I say incapable, they are truly incapable of maintaining and sustaining a balanced, centered relationship. This is not at all the reason why they wanted to be in a relationship with you or anything. And the sad part about it is they know they're going to mess it up. These birds know they're going to mess it up. They know they're getting ready to do something to you that's absolutely horrible. They know that. They're just trying to figure out how it's going to play out. And what they're also trying to figure out is how much they can get out of you before that actually happens. Okay? So the thing, the name of the game is whatever, and I'm gonna drop some information on you. The name of the game is to get everything from you that they weren't able to get out of the last addiction ship that they were in. I.e., and they're real simple. You know, some of them, most of the time it's material stuff. You know, most of the time it's material things. You know, but they'll accuse you of being that way, you know, because they have to project that onto you. But most of the time it's material things. They, you know, want to get you to buy them a car, you know, get them some new J's. You know, if it's a woman, she wants you to buy her all types of jewelry and, you know, makeup and all of it. You know, they want to run your pockets. They want to get in your pockets. I said it. Huh? These backwards walking giraffes, they want to get in your pockets. So that's the name of the game. They come into the addiction ship trying to figure out how much they can get out of you in the short amount of time that they're going to be there. Always remember this, family. Whatever it is that you're meant to be in, that's going to be sustainable, that is going to have value, substance, and worth in your life. You don't ever, you're not just thrown in it. There's a maturation process where you're actually grown in that thing. You know, you don't throw somebody into something when it's supposed to be sustainable, when it's supposed to be quality. You know, you're not thrown into things that are sustainable and quality and, you know, supposed to be something that is going to last for a lifetime. All right. You're not usually thrown in those types of situations. You're grown in those situations. We don't throw people in there. You grow into that. We don't throw people into that. You grow into it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, but the situation with the narcissist is simply that. You throw yourself in there instead of growing in there, and you see what happens. It happens quick. You know what I'm saying? It's a quick thing. So when the narcissist is planning to extract all of these things out of you, what they're wanting to do is they're wanting to do everything that they need to do and get in and get as much of whatever they can get extracted out of you, get you hooked. They gotta be able to take your money, take your things, try to take your mind, take your self-esteem, take your self-worth, all of that. There's so many things going on in their minds at one time. These birds are working overtime, trying to knock you down. You see what I'm saying? And so they got to do all of this and get you hooked at the same time, because the game plan is I got to leave you because I'm gonna get bored with you, because this is what the narcissist is thinking. I'm gonna get bored. They know they're gonna get bored. They already know that they got some back burner supply back there that's got to be tended to as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not gonna let them go, because their biggest fear is having no supply. So they gotta get as much out of you as they possibly can. So now what you have is a situation. You have a situation where you're dealing with this bird that is now getting ready to discard you. Now you don't know that the discard is getting ready to happen, but most of the time you can tell. You can tell when the discard is getting ready to happen, and the reason is that you'll start with the devaluation stage. Then most of you probably told the narcissist how, in love with them you were, and you were ready to take the next step, and, you were just ready to do some big things, because they sold you that big old lie, that future fake, and they sold you that big old lie right there. And so now you're really thinking that you have somebody that's really wanting to build something with you, and actually what they're wanting to do is destroy you. Okay? So once you tell them that, at that point, that's their trigger to discard. I know some of y'all are probably sitting there looking like, why would someone do that? And a lot of times the reason you got discarded, or the reason that you were discarded abruptly, is because something happened. Something happened with another supply that they had for a while. And you probably found out about this. For you to be discarded abruptly, something happened with another supply that was probably going to get off the line, or get off the hook, that they were going to lose control over, and they had to discard you abruptly and then come back. Now sometimes they do it just because they want to trigger what we call a reverse hoover. Okay, so they leave you without a trace. You looking for them like, what happened? They just discard you abruptly because they want to trigger a reverse hoover. But you got to be one and done at that first discard, because every single time you go back, it's worse. And the narcissist plans it that way because you got to look at the spirit behind that. That spirit doesn't get any better. Remember, I told y'all, a spirit does not change. So when a spirit doesn't change, when you go back, it's like what the Bible says, that when a spirit goes out of a man, he walketh through the dry places, seeking rest. When he doesn't find it, he said, I'll go back to my home from whence I came. And when he goes back, he takes devils 7 times more wicked than he is. And the last state of the man is far worse than the first. That's the same thing that happens with a narcissist. Why? It's the same thing that happens with a narcissist. Why? Because they operate on the same type of spirit. It's all demonic spirits, family. It's all demonic spirits. So you have to understand that when you go back, and I was guilty of it. I was guilty of going back. I probably went back a couple of times. But this right here, even if you've gone back a couple of times, you have to hear it. Please hear this message. And know that everything that you experience, it was not a game and it was not a dream. Okay? It is not going to get any better. It's always going to get progressively worse. That is how the enemy functions. That is how he operates, because the goal is to destroy you. Okay? His number one mission is to steal, kill, and destroy. His mission doesn't change. That's the mission of the narcissist. Why? Because that's the spirit behind them. That's the spirit behind him, behind the narcissist. So I don't care whether it's male or female. The female narcissist can be much worse than the male. Okay? But it's still the same concept. That female narcissist, listen here. That female narcissist, that's the real, I told y'all before, that's the rib of Satan. That right there is the rib of Satan. You don't want that. You don't want that nowhere near you. No, absolutely not. So this is why it's so important that you recognize the discard for what it is. It's a blessing in disguise. You have to see it as that. I know it's painful. I know it hurts. I know you're sitting there like, I can't believe this. But listen, you will thank me later. You will thank me later. You will be like, you know what? I'm so glad that I listened to that. If this is your second time going around or whatever, listen, you got to let it go. You have to let it go. This is why a discard should be just that. You got to be a one and done. Never go back, because it only gets worse. All they're doing is figuring how much more they can get out of you each time that you let them come back, and how much more of you that they can destroy every time they come back, family. That's the name of the game for these birds. So I wanted to put this out here for you. Y'all be really good to yourselves. I missed y'all. I know it's been a few days since I've been on due to my travel schedule. The conference was awesome. Want to tell you, I love you all. You be safe out there. And of course, I will see you all on the next video. And I will see you all healed at the top. Shalom, family.